Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're back in AFK Journey, and in today's video I wanted to make an Emporium guide, or basically a shop guide for AFK Journey. We're going to be going through all the various shops available and how I recommend that you spend your currency so that you progress your account as much as you possibly can. And this is a thing which is really important in a lot of these games because you have a very limited amount of currency. The things in the shop are usually pretty expensive, and so if you make a bad purchase, it can set your progress behind. And I have been playing since a few days after launch. I am really competitive just by nature, and I always try to optimize everything and make the best decisions. So I feel like I have a pretty good idea of all the things you should be buying in these shops. And I'll also talk about the priority order. So for example, I won't just say like all the different things. Like for example, here I have all the top line of items bought, but there will also be a priority order, which to buy first, then second, then third, and so forth. So if you do not have all the currency to buy everything, for example, like especially in the recruitment store, people who are free to play will, I don't know for sure, but I think most likely you will not be able to buy out the entire top row of the recruitment store. But there you will be able to get the most important things, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. So the recruitment store will have the currency of these dolly tickets. Dolly tickets will be generated when you recruit any time on your account. And it will then use these dolly tickets in order to buy these different purchases from the recruitment store. This is going to be refreshed monthly, and the most important thing for you to buy first and to buy out completely is these Epic Hero recruitments, which only cost 240 tickets. Because in this dolly store, you can see that 230% off on the soul stones, but there's also a 50% off on this second Epic Hero recruitment. That's why it's 240 tickets. And then on the fourth item, which is the first stargazing ticket here, is also 50% off. So you want to buy the 50% off Epic Hero recruitment first, until they're sold out, and then you want to buy all of the 50% off stargazing tickets until they're sold out. Those are the most important things because they're the big discounts. And also Epic Hero recruitments and stargazing tickets are some of the most limited resources in this game, and they are one of the best ways for you to target specific heroes which you need to ascend your heroes further to get to like Mythic Plus or even Supreme Plus. So you want to go for those two, and then once you're done with both of them, if you have more left over, then you go for the normal price Epic Hero recruitment, which is the third slot here. Because in my opinion, the Epic Hero recruitment is the priority over the stargazing tickets, because you will be getting more of the heroes because for 30 summons you're going to be getting an S level hero, and it will be from your wish list of 5 heroes. And so if you put in that wish list those heroes that you are really focusing on, you want them all to get to Mythic Plus, whenever you summon something, it is going to be good for you. And even though the pity is 30, you can even get luck here and get it before that. So it's one of the best ways for you to ascend heroes which are not purchasable from different shops. So for example, like Iron, Carolina, Thorin, Temesia, Smokey, these are all heroes which you cannot purchase anywhere. They can only be recruited. And in the Epic Hero recruitment, because you only have 5 selected, you have a higher chance of getting any one of those 5 when you do summon an S level hero compared to the normal hero recruitment. So Epic Hero recruitment is the most important thing, and you're going to buy that third. And because of the full price one, you still want to get the discounted stargazing before that. And then finally, if you have more left over, you buy the normal price stargazing tickets, because all of these ones, the Epic Hero stargazing tickets, these are going to be the most limited you can get from many other areas of the game. And you can get really few of them over the course of your time playing. So you get all of these 4. If you still have more left over, then you can buy the normal hero recruitments, because those are also good for getting your S level heroes, because you have the guaranteed pity after 60 recruits, you will get that. So I get all of this, and then I recommend stopping. Unless you're spending and then you have the ability like to generate, you're going to get enough tickets to buy all of these 5 every single month. But for most people, I think you will not have much more left over. Even maybe you won't even be able to get the normal hero recruitment. I think last month I wasn't able to get that. But if you want to buy more, you can go for the soul stones. They are discounted, but the reason I don't recommend them as a priority is because the issue with soul stones is it's a gamble. you are not going to be guaranteed from any wish list when you open one of these soul stones. So if you get really unlucky, you could have spent over 3,000 these tickets to get these 60 soul stones for the S level, and you could get an S level hero which has no impact on your account. Like for example, let's say Lumont. I always pick on Lumont, but Lumont is not a hero people generally build. Maybe even Atlanta. These are not heroes which are important for your progression. They're not good in PvP like compared to other heroes, so you don't want them. And if you then end up getting them after spending all of these dolly tickets, it doesn't help your progress at all, and you just wasted those tickets. So that's why I don't recommend it. Same with the A level soul stones. Maybe to a lesser degree, because you want more A-level heroes. Well, maybe not even. Like, you probably want a similar percentage, like maybe still under 50% of the A-level heroes available. But yeah, so I don't recommend the soul stones because of the fact that they're a gamble, and definitely don't buy the Omni Acorns. That is not a good idea. Even if, like, for example, you're running, like you need just a few more to ascend a hero, still it's better to save these. Like, these are way too expensive to be spending 270 tickets for just 5 of these. If you're really desperate, you can go to the guild store and buy them here, although I still do not recommend this for the guild store. So let's move over to the guild store. So you want to unlock this monthly guild store section, and this will unlock, and I think maybe all of this will unlock when you join a guild. You want to join an active guild. As long as people are actively playing in the guild will level up to level 6, which is a maximum level, pretty quickly. Like, I think our guild hit it definitely in under a month. I don't remember exactly how many weeks, but with active playing, you will be able to do that. And once you hit the maximum level 6, you will be able to buy the maximum number of these epic hero recruitments and stargazing tickets, and these will be costing for diamonds, and definitely it is worth it. Like, because again, these are such limited resources, any way you can possibly get them, you will want to buy them. So you will buy them out every single month. This is important with your diamonds, and you will get plenty of diamonds in order to buy these, so that's not a problem. The daily epic normal hero recruitment you will also want to buy, or this normal invite letter, because it's at a 30% discount. So that's something you don't want to miss, because the way you progress your account is through recruitment. So any way you get these tickets at a discount is needed. You need to buy them. Okay, now for the title essences, you can buy these. It's not a terrible way to spend your diamonds, but it's not the best way. Like, because with time, just doing your dream realm and different areas, like, or even from your guild chest every week, you can choose the exclusive summoning equipment, or exclusive equipment upgrade chest, which is what I always choose, and you will get these over time. So, and you can also get them from like Legend Trial and on different floors, and even Trial of the Abyss. So you don't need to buy these, but if you're like, you have a lot of heroes at Mythic Plus, you want to get a lot to +5, and you just need a bunch of them, you can buy some of them. It's not terrible, but it's not the best thing. Ideally, with all your diamonds, you want to be recruiting, because you're limited by your recruits in terms of progressing your account, because until you get certain heroes Mythic Plus, you can't really compete in different areas, and until you get enough heroes like Supreme Plus, they won't be maxed out, and then until you get heroes, enough heroes Supreme Plus, you won't be able to get anyone to Paragon. So like, it keeps on going, and that's why recruits are always necessary, and they're the most important for you. The acorns, again, don't buy them. Like, it is a discount, but still, it's not really worth it, because with time and regular recruits, you're going to get acorns from that. And so it's better that you just keep recruiting, getting to your pities, or even getting lucky and getting S-level heroes before hitting the pity. And then for the monthly, like these celestial hypogeans, you want to buy Rainier until Rainier's at Mythic Plus. Don't even buy anything else here until your Rainier's Mythic Plus, because he has the most powerful debuff in the game for boss fights. He's also very good on PvP arena offense, and people are even using him on defense in the Supreme Arena for the second stage, the Raging Duel stage, where you need control effects. So he is overall the most utility, like overall best value hero to get here, and you need him at Mythic Plus to have his debuff for the boss. And this will allow you to compete for the top ranks in Dream Realm, and so you cannot not buy Rainier to Mythic Plus. he's needed. Once he's at Mythic Plus, you don't need to get him any higher, and I don't recommend it, because getting him any higher, his Supreme Plus is a really weak effect. It only gives 4% attack to, I don't exactly know how it works, but it seems like maybe all allies who are in symmetrical positions with the enemy gets 4% attack, but 4% attack is nothing. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter. So it would really just be like, if you got him to Supreme Plus or Paragon, it's like kind of like a PvP for his own stats, and his own stats don't matter as much. He's a support hero. So you do not want to get him, like, just take him to Mythic Plus. Then what you want to ideally do is start getting Scarlita to Mythic Plus, because Scarlita is a utility hero as well. She's also really good in PvP, good on defense and offense, and she's good for Trial of Abyss or very like difficult, endless floor type, like Legend Trials, even AFK stages. There are some AFK stages where Scarlita allows you to push through even before getting to Mythic Plus. So like, people use Scarlita even Epic Plus in order to pass some AFK stages. So she is good to get. But I don't know if I would get one copy of her and then get Rainier to Mythic Plus, so you could use her for AFK stages. I would probably just do Rainier to Mythic Plus first and then start working on her a bit. Now that my Rainier is at Mythic Plus, I will begin on Scarlita as well. So that's that. Arena Store. Now this is a thing which might be controversial, and I am open to the opinion that buying these stargazing tickets is not a bad way to spend your currency, but in my opinion, it is not the best way. On average, the thing is, maybe I've been a bit unlucky by the fact that I needed to go to Pity almost every time in order to get Rainier to Mythic Plus, but on average, it is going to take you over 30 stargazing tickets in order to get even one copy of a Celestial Hypogean. And so it is going to cost you over 40,000 if you convert this, because this 1,200 is one ticket. So if it's going to be, let's say 30 tickets you need in order to get a Celestial Hypogean, that's going to be 36,000. 36,000 arena coins. And if it's going to be to Pity, it's actually going to be 48,000. And with 48,000 these arena coins, you could be buying 5 of these regular S-level heroes. Like, because 5 times 9,600 is exactly 48,000, yeah. So with the guaranteed Celestial Hypogean with the 40 stargazing tickets, you could have bought 5 S-level heroes. And in my opinion, it's just more, it's like one Celestial Hypogean, even to get to Mythic Plus, you're going to need 8 of them. So I think that the best way is to just rely on your guild store for copies of Rainier or Celestial Hypogean, and then also rely on your recruitment store stargazing tickets, on various rewards you get from like Trial of Abyss, and then also your guild store buying these stargazing tickets monthly. But apart from that, I think it's just better for you to get all of these heroes. Well, maybe not all of them, but the key ones, because a lot of them are very strong for different areas of the game. Like Haywin and Granny and Rowan are all top tier for PvP. Defense, and can even be used on offense. Also, Granny and Haywin and Rowan can all be good in like AFK stage pushing, Trial of Abyss. So they are really good, powerful heroes, and like, you will not be able to get all of these heroes to Supreme Plus unless you're spending a lot. And so just getting those extra 5 compared to just one Celestial Hypogean, I think that's better. And yeah, there's a lot of, like, it would be a different story if, for example, in the arena store, there were only like Lumont, Atlanta, Brian, and then like heroes like that who you don't want anyway. But there are a lot of really valuable heroes here. Like, you want to get Cassidy to Supreme Plus, because for some Dream Realm bosses, she's the best in slot, one of the best heroes you could be running for maximizing your damage. And maybe with future bosses or future challenges, you will want to have a Supreme Plus Cassidy. And Haywin is a really good healer, like we said, for PvP. A lot of people use her in Supreme Arena. And Rowan as well is strong, and Granny. And Cecia is a good crowd control hero, and you probably were using her early. A lot of people do. Brutus can be good in a Mauler team for PvP. And also he's good for pushing AFK stages, but you don't need him that highly. You don't need to have him Supreme Plus, but of course Supreme Plus is better. And then Igor is also really good for PvP, Graveborn, stall type defense. So, and the thing is, you will want to eventually get Paragon on your heroes, and in order to get Paragon, you're going to need to have 25 heroes at Supreme Plus, and that is going to be difficult. Like, even let's say you have like 8 to, let's say 10 or even 12 A-level heroes at Supreme Plus, which eventually you will be able to get there. You're still going to need 13 of those heroes coming from the S-level heroes to be at Supreme Plus. And you're going to be having on your wish list, like, mainly the heroes which are not purchasable here in this arena store. So if you can then buy all of these out and then get these to Supreme Plus through the arena store, this is going to help you get more heroes to Supreme Plus to unlock Paragon. So in my opinion, the smarter thing to do is to buy these S-level heroes with your currency and not go for the Stellar Crystal. Yeah. But I guess if you're more about you want to try your luck, then you can go for the Stellar Crystals. But honestly, on average, you're just gonna end up not having great luck with them. Like, anyone can have good luck, but overall, over time, luck will kind of even itself out, and it is going to even out to around about the rate of 30 tickets for one Celestial Hypogean, and maybe even just always 40 tickets if you're on the unlucky side. So I would prefer the S-level heroes until you have like at least Paragon unlocked, and then even when you have Paragon unlocked, you can take these S-level heroes to Paragon 1 and then to Paragon 2. So I will mainly just be buying from this arena store because it's a guaranteed as well. And guarantees are really nice in this game compared to randomness. Because if it would be a really different story if, like, for example, they had in this arena store for 28,000 coins, like 3 times the price of S-level hero, a Celestial Hypogean. Then that would be very tempting and I would probably opt for that. But because with these tickets, it could cost you up to 48,000, and it's not like you have to be really unlucky for that to happen. A lot of people go to pity in order to get Celestial Hypogeans. So 48,000 is just too much in my opinion to spend compared to the other heroes here. So that's the major point about what I wanted to talk about in this video and try to explain my idea behind the S-level heroes being more value from the arena store than the tickets. And definitely, it's not even a question. Twilight Essence you do not want to buy. Already Twilight Essence is kind of a meaningless material. It's just cool to have your hero have 5 stars in the PvP like preview page, but other than that, there's not a huge bonus. You get 2.5% of stats from going to plus 15 to plus 20, which is hardly anything. So until, like, unless they add like plus 20 exclusive equipment abilities, I don't see any need to even be getting these Twilight Essences. It doesn't. Yeah, and anyway, they're way overpriced from this store. You never 4,500 for 5 of them. That's like insane. That even if they were the most rare resource, and you can now earn them in many different ways, like Supreme Arena and stuff, it would still never be worth it at that price. Now, Dream Store. So Dream Store is going to be dependent on your progression. If you're in the early game, the priority is Merrily and Odie, or ideally, honestly, I still think the priority is Merrily to Mythic Plus first if you're in the early game, because she unlocks a really important boss killing ability at Mythic Plus, which is her basic normal attacks will be doing true damage after she stacks up using ultimate cast from your team 6 times. So because she becomes one of the best boss killers with Mythic Plus, I still think she's a top priority first for Mythic Plus. And then the other hero you want to be getting is Odie. You want to get Odie ascended again to Mythic Plus to maximize his damage. And third would be Corrin. Corrin to Mythic Plus. You want to get these 3 to Mythic Plus. They don't need to go to Supreme Plus. The only one which really wants Supreme Plus is Odie. It increases his damage quite substantially. Merrily and Corrin do not increase their damage by much. It's actually, I think, more of defense. Is Corrin defensive with his Supreme Plus? Anyway, they do get like base stats, of course, by getting to Supreme Plus, like ascending a tier. But the most important thing is Odie to Supreme Plus. So get Merrily, then Odie, then Corrin to Mythic Plus with your purchases from the Dream Shop. And then go for Odie to Supreme Plus, and then over time you can just keep buying Merrily, Corrin to Mythic Plus, because our Supreme Plus, it is important. Like, I would honestly, I don't really recommend buying anything from this Dream Store other than Merrily, Odie, Corrin until they're at Supreme Plus, because they are your boss killers. They're going to allow you to rank higher in Dream Realm in order to earn more Temporal Essence, which is really important. Even after the Supreme Arena, where you only need top 15% to get of your server or your district to get 2 temporal essence. You still want to eventually shoot for top 100 or even top 50 of your own server to get bonus temporal essence on top of that, and you can do that, but you will need to have these heroes at Supreme Plus, so you get those 3. Then after that, we're going to talk about PvP, because you have your boss killers, your PvE is sorted. Now you will go for PvP, and in that, Damien and Arden are the best 2 to be buying, because they will be the foundation of your Iron Nuke team, which is, it's all you need for it is you need Thorin, Iron, Carolina, Damien, and Arden, and they should all be at Mythic Plus. Then the team just really pops off. Even like my team, for example, I just have everyone at +5 exclusive equipment. Some Supreme Pluses, actually most are Supreme Plus now. Arden's the only one Mythic Plus, but I'm easily ranking in the top 20 of Arena, and there are people who are ranking in the top 100 even with these heroes all at Mythic Plus without Supreme Plus, because Mythic Plus is really when the heroes unlock their capabilities, and I only took them to +5 exclusive equipment. I didn't waste any temporal essence on them because they're not going to generate you any more temporal essence. So you need to invest your temporal essence into your boss killers, Merrily, OD, and Corrin. First, you should not invest it into PvP heroes, because the PvP heroes are not going to earn any of that temporal essence back, but your boss killers are by ranking high in the Dream Realm. So that's why Merrily, OD, and Corrin. You only have to take Merrily, OD to +10. I don't think it's in my opinion recommended for +15 anymore. +10 should be enough. And then Corrin to +8 for the maximum stat increases. He doesn't need to be +10. That's basically what you need to get. Then you can distribute your temporal essence to other heroes if you want. But that's a basic baseline. And OD to +15 is then going to be the next priority if you can get him there. He's also good in PvP, but yeah, so we have Damien, Arden, those are key for PvP. The Iron Nuke team, which is extremely strong, and even with low investment does well, and it allows you to hold it can function as a strong arena defense. It can even beat people who have high, like sometimes my team even beats people who have the exact same team, the Iron Nuke team, all Supreme Plus, but they have like +10 exclusive equipment Iron, +10 exclusive equipment Carolina. My team still sometimes beat that with +5. And Arden, and even at times Damien used to be Mythic Plus. But so it has good defensive potential, it has some RNG in its favor, and also on offense you can use it. So it's overall just the best, like all in one arena offense defense team, and so those should be your next priority. Then you can talk, there are a lot of heroes like Coco to Mythic Plus eventually. Having that shield after her ultimate wears off is really strong for survivability. Even Antandra, because she's a tank for pushing AFK stages, although my Antandra has been only Epic Plus my whole time playing, and I have used her quite a lot as well, so she doesn't need to be that ascended. And Sylvina for PvP is really good on offense. So getting her to Supreme Plus is also like kind of a priority. When you're talking about arena offense, she can also be used on defense when you don't have many options, but the Iron Nuke team overall is just better for everything. But in the future, like later on, you can then build more specific arena offenses, and Sylvina does really well because she's the only assassin which immediately jumps into the backline onto a targeted enemy, and like you can even kill diagonal teams. Like Diagonal is a key hero a lot of people who like the heavy spenders are running, because he's one of the best nukers in the game. But he is a nuker, which means that he is kind of like a glass cannon, so if you can kill him before he does anything, then you have a chance of winning. But these are not major important things. It's really just your boss killers, Merrily, OD, and then Corrin, and then after that Arden and Damien until Supreme Plus, and then you can do other things like Coco for PvP or PvE, and then Antandra for PvE, Sylvina for PvP, and even Kruger for your boss teams. And then Friendship Store, the only thing you should be buying here to be efficient is this leftmost sold out thing, because this is going to be discounted daily, and it costs 120 of these hearts. And then with these things, you can use them to increase the affinity of your heroes, and that will give you other rewards. Like, it's something which maybe people forget to do, but if you click on your hero and then click on affinity, then you can see basically what is their current affinity level and what's your next reward tier. So we need 4,500 affinity for him, and then we'll get an invite letter ×1. The best thing to do for affinity is evenly level everyone up to like 100 first, and then to 700 each, and then to 1,300 each. But yeah, you can just buy this from the guild store. And then, like, I mean, the cosmetics if you like them, but that doesn't help your progress. So, but anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the videos. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this one. I hope you liked it, and you can let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, because these are, at the end of the day, my opinions, but I am pretty sure, like, the only point I think about debate in this video is gonna be if people prefer buying the stellar crystals from the, or the stargazing basically tickets from the Arena Emporium shop. And previously when I started playing, I did think that was better, but when you calculate just how much you're spending to get them, and on average and realistically you're going to be spending like over 40,000 coins to get one celestial hypogean, I just then don't think it's worth it, because you are going to need other heroes at Supreme Plus, and that I think will just progress your account better than having like one extra celestial hypogean, because you can get the celestial hypogean reliably and consistently from the guild store and from your other star tickets you buy, stellar crystals you buy from the different shops that we talked about. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's gonna be it for this one, and I will see you in the next one, and until then everyone, peace out for now.